Hello, this is Christine here. I'm in Claremont, Florida. I'm actually at the President's Hall of Fame. I'm here with their Liberty Bell replica because you helped us ring the Liberty Bell across all 50 states of our great nation, this United States of America. I want to take a moment to personally say thank you because over the past year, many of you have prayed, encouraged, and financially supported the mission of Pulpits Ablaze as Pastor Sri has traveled across all 50 states. Together, we have stood in capitals, connected with pastors and leaders, prayed over our nation, and carried a message of revival from coast to coast. In many ways, you have helped us ring the Liberty Bell of all 50 states. You helped sound that call. You helped awaken the hearts. You helped ignite spirit-led pulpits across America. And now, as we approach the completion of this historic assignment leading up to America's 250th anniversary on July 4th, I believe the Lord is asking us this one important question. What happens after the bell rings? For the last year, we have been declaring Talitha Kumi, America arise. And we believe America is waking up. In fact, we are witnessing the fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy found in chapter 9 that says, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has shined. You have multiplied the nation and increased its joy. They rejoice before you according to the joy of harvest, as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. For you have broken the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every warrior's sandal from the noisy battle and garments rolled in blood will be used for burning in a fuel of fire. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end." The light is shining, the church is awakening, and the fire is spreading. But awakening is only the beginning. Now comes the work of nourishing, discipling, encouraging, and strengthening the pastors, churches, and leaders God has connected through this journey. The Lord has not called us simply to awaken a nation. He has called us to help steward this revival, to strengthen the spirit-led pulpit, to equip leaders, to encourage churches, and to help sustain the fire that God is igniting across America. That's why I'm inviting you to partner with us as we finish the final states and prepare for what God has next. The journey to all 50 states may be nearing completion, but the relationships, the connections, and the revival fires in this next season includes encouraging pastors, equipping these leaders, creating resources, hosting gatherings, and continuing to strengthen the network of the spirit-led pulpits that God has created and is raising up across this great nation. Pastor Sri firmly believes that we have entered a unique window of opportunity of about 2.5 years to feed this glory and to feed Talitha, to strengthen, encourage, disciple, and sustain what God is awakening across America. This is not a time to slow down. This is a time to build, to strengthen, and to disciple, to help steward this awakening that God has begun. If the Lord is stirring your heart to stand with us, you can partner with us today. You can go to our website, specifically pulpitsablaze.com/giving, and we have all the different ways that you can partner with us. We're going to have this information here across the screen for you to make it easy. You can scan this QR code. You can become a Liberty Bell partner, which sponsors an entire state's revival mission. You can become a torch carrier to help bring revival to new territories, a flame bearer to help keep the fire burning. You can become an open heaven champion. You can give a special one-time gift that every gift fuels this revival, helps to sustain this revival that God has begun across our great nation. Together, again, we have helped ring the Liberty Bell across all 50 states. So now let's help ring the Liberty Bell of our whole nation, not just with a sound of awakening, but with a lasting legacy of revival. Perhaps you're asking this question that some are asking: why should I continue to support after the 50 states are complete? Because the assignment is shifting. It's shifting from not just declaring Talitha Kumi, but it is shifting from awakening the church to strengthening and sustaining the awakening. Talitha Kumi has been declared across America. The church is awakening. The fire is spreading. And now we must help strengthen and steward this revival upon what God has raised up. As we celebrate America's 250th anniversary, we are not looking at a finish line. We are looking at a launching point. The awakening has begun. The light is shining. The church is rising. And with your partnership, we can continue strengthening and sustaining the awakening that God is bringing to America. Thank you for believing in this mission. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for helping to keep the fire burning. And remember, the assignment is shifting from awakening the church to strengthening and sustaining the awakening. And we believe that the Lord has given us this precious 2.5-year window to feed that glory, to feed Talitha, to nurture what God has awakened and help revival to take deep root in this nation. And we declare, as we have been the voice of liberty across this nation in all 50 states, we declare, Talitha Kumi, America arise. Keep the fire burning.